right, welcome back, everybody. Happy Friday to you all. And we're actually seeing a little bit better visibility here for a lot of the states. Some of that smoke being blown out of the area, although the wind not good for the fire danger. There you can see Old Glory right by Centennial Park. Wind gusts in the Helena Valley between 25 and 30 miles per hour. 86, a little more tolerable than the 90s that we saw over the last couple of days. Great Falls, not as blue of a sky here. Some smoke from the wildfire that is in the Bob Marshall Wilderness. The Brownstone fire is extending out across the Augusta area, and it's dispersing around the Great Falls area. 86 degrees. Look at the west wind up to about 30 miles per hour. Some cooler air around Billings, 68. That's because of some thunderstorms that blew through there, but out ahead of the front, still in the upper 80s and the 90s. Very low humidity for Havre, for Great Falls, 9% both locations, but notice it's a little higher here up around the Kalispell area. In the cooler air, the air is able to hold a little bit more moisture. We've got the humidity up at about 24% there. Sustained winds. These are the consistent winds here, with some gusts going up to, again, about 30 miles per hour. The good news is not only the wind and blowing out some of the smoke with the increase in the speed, but also a shift to the west, and there's not much in the way of wildfires just off to the west. We have more fires to the northwest and then to the southwest, so this due west wind is pretty good for cleaning out some of the air. Severe thunderstorm warning continues for areas well to the east of Billings, and the red flag warning continues until about midnight tonight for all the areas shaded in that fuchsia, that magenta, whatever color you want to call it. A couple of showers and storms up here just north of the Canadian border, and I want to just point out, you can just see that little smoke plume briefly here, so it looks like that Brownstone fire made a good run and then is kind of easing up here just a little bit, at least on the radar, and looking at the smoke plume. Some rain and thunderstorms east of the Lewistown area, and more fires continue to pop up here in parts of Montana, but also just to the north around Waterton Lakes. Good fire going there into the north side of the border here between the U.S. and Canada, and then we've got a bunch of fires down into Idaho as well. The Davis fire, it's up here, northwest corner of the state, 307 acres, containment's up to 60%. There are a few smaller fires into Lincoln and Sanders County as well. The Porcupine fire, the 10-mile fire, 17 and 100 acres respectively. The fire near the Superfund site in Libby, containment up to 80%, no growth in that fire. And then around the Bacon Rind fire, northwest corner of Yellowstone, 500 acres with 14% containment. Here is future track, some storms moving out of southeastern Montana. And look at tomorrow. Still a bit of a northwest wind, but there will be a few scattered showers and storms, mainly up around Great Falls and the High Line here tomorrow afternoon and evening. And then this disturbance will come down a little further south into the state here on Sunday, and we'll have more widespread thunderstorm activity here. Cooler air, not as much wind, humidity comes up, that's good news, but there will be some showers and some thunderstorms, hopefully wetting thunderstorms here. They're not, hopefully they won't be dry. They shouldn't be dry. Here's the forecast for tomorrow. 70s to right around 80 degrees. Bit of a northwest breeze, but not as bad as today. For Sunday, hardly any wind, and there will be a few thunderstorms scattered about the state here. Look at these high temperatures in the 70s and the 80s. Monday, the storms move out, and that's when the heat starts to move back in. 80s to near 90. Tuesday, we're up into the 90s. And beyond that, if you don't like the heat, don't look at the screen here. Look at the heat for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, up around 100 degrees for the capital. Actually, 103. Friday could be one of the hottest days we see this year, and maybe in the last couple of years, as Great Falls could come close to 104. So enjoy the cooler air and a little decrease in the fire danger this weekend, but please still be careful.
We sure will. Thank you, Curtis. Andy, you seem a bit giddy today.
I don't think I'm the only one, because college football is back in our lives.